presentation on Thursday, each partner will be required to share 3 slides. Okay, so in total, your presentation is going to be 6 slides. Okay, not including your cover slide. Okay, but each partner is going to be required to share 3. I have the rubric. I'll go over with how you're going to be graded. Okay, and then we'll talk about it more on presentation day. Now, whenever we are researching, okay, it's very important that you think about the websites you're using, right? What is a type of website that's not very safe? Wikipedia, right, or reliable, okay? Wikipedia is a good one, right, because all public people have access to go on and change information in Wikipedia, okay? So whenever researching these, now guys, all of these elements, there's so much stuff that you can research on them, but great websites that you know are very reliable will end in URLs with like .edu, .gov, .org, things like that. .com is not usually a reliable source, okay? But anything that you are reading and kind of seems far-fetched or maybe not as credible, you can come and see me and I will help you and we can both look at it and make sure that that is a reliable source, okay? Now, I encourage, you can use whatever platform you want to, okay? You can use Canva, you can use Google Slides. All of you have Google Slides on your iPad, so that might be easiest. It's up to you which one y'all choose to use, you and your partner. It does not matter to me, okay? You can use anything, right? You can use Canva, you can make you can use PowerPoint, right? Whatever you are the most comfortable using. There might be a technology that I'm not familiar with that y'all use in another class that y'all will want to use. That will be fine. Okay, it just needs to be approved by me before you begin. Everybody good with that? Okay, so what you're going to do during this project in the next couple days, one, you have your assignment or your research requirements, okay, which is here, your research, okay. First, you're going to have your element at a glance. Now, each partner will have one of these individually, okay. This is the assignment that I posted in School. Okay, all it is you're doing is asking you questions, kind of some fill in the blank stuff as well. You're just getting some background knowledge of your element. You're seeing what its purpose is and all of that. Okay, and that's where you're going to do the bulk of your research. Okay, couple of things here. Okay, you look at kind of the basics of your elements, stuff you can get off the periodic table. Right, now this is kind of like an introduction to it, so you're going to learn a whole lot of stuff that we're going to go over more in detail in the next few weeks. Then you're going to look at the characteristics of your element. Now let's think about this. Some of these elements, several of these are gases. Do you think gas has a color?
No.
No, right? Like what's like oxygen? We all know what oxygen is, right? Does it have a color? No. So it might be colorless. Now don't just put invisible, because it's not invisible, it's there. But you can put colorless, okay, if that is what element you were given. But you talk about the ability to react. We talked about this a little bit. We're talking about chemical reactions. Where is it located, right? What is its use? Okay, that's the next part you're going to fill out. And then you're going to look at the history. Where it was discovered, how it was discovered, what year it was discovered, okay, and so forth, right? Some of these were discovered hundreds of years ago, which is actually pretty cool. And then how did it get its name? Funny thing about elements, a lot of them have some really cool names for really strange reasons. So that's something you can see on your in your research, right? And then next, you're going to have, so you have your use, your history, and then interesting facts. So I'm really big on the facts part, right? Every year that I've done this, I've always learned something new about the elements, okay, through y'all's research, and I think that's really cool because these facts help you remember what these elements do, right? Only if they're from a reliable source, okay? I could go on Wikipedia and myself, I could go in there and type in and say, oxygen makes you jump 50 feet in the air. Is that true?
No.
No, right? But I could do that, okay? So that's not a very reliable source. So that's something we need to think about whenever we're using all these digital formats during our research, okay? And like I said, I will post some references that I have found that are very reliable. It will not give you all the information, but it will help you kind of get started, okay? And then after you get your 5 interesting facts, you're going to draw a model. Now, on the draw a model part, it's kind of tough to draw on the assignment on your iPads. I understand that. So if you would prefer to draw in your notebook and then upload a picture, I'm fine with that. If you'd rather use the iPad and just use the shapes and make them all into a bunch of circles, that's fine as well. But you need to make sure you include all of these things. You have your protons, neutrons, electrons, and nucleus. Okay, every single one of them will have them. Okay, make sure you know the right number of each and that they're identified, right? You can do different colors, you can do charges, whatever you want to do. And then next, after you get done with that, that is all of your research. Okay, so you got everything you need to make your slides or your presentation, whichever one you want to use. But first thing you need to do, whenever you go or decide which type of technology you are going to use or which type of platform, you need to make sure you're able to share it with your partner. Okay? Now, I say that because whenever, like in Google Slides, that's just one I'm most experienced with, I can go in there and see the history of how it's been edited, right? So I can see how much one partner has done compared to the other. Does that make sense? And it also, you can share it with each other and y'all can work on it simultaneously. Y'all know how that works, right? Y'all can both work on it at the same time, real time. You can work it outside of school if need be, and so forth. But if you don't use that, there might be other ones that you can use. Canva, you can also do that. Okay, so it's completely up to you.